to fall, getting surprised when things don't go as planned, playing our parts, shuffle the cards, let's get it right this time, let's stop on over by the sun, let's get it right this time, let's stop, it's over. All of our lives we act like we're in a play, taking our shot, just actors in a way. Give me a ride, I just gotta leave this place. Look to the sky, so much to say, yeah. Let's get it right this time, let's stop on over by the sun, let's get it right this time, let's stop, it's over, we're saying goodbye.
Welcome, Lily. It's great to have you on the show today.
Thank you so much, Professor Arturo. You are so kind. Is it okay if I call you Professor?
I really don't understand why, but I kind of like it. So, yeah, sure, I'll allow it. I understand you are a medical student.
Yes, I am a medical student, but don't worry, I'm not going to diagnose you with anything unless you want me to.
Okay, I think I'll pass on that. You're in the middle of finals, right?
Yes, finals, the bane of my existence. I'm drowning in a sea of notebooks and flashcards. I might also start hallucinating about mitochondria.
Mitochondria. That's a toughie. What is mitochondria? Can you enlighten us?
Mitochondria, it is a difficult word that a lot of people don't know, and they might not even know how to pronounce it.
Is that really what it says on your notes?
Oh, yeah, of course. It is important to have difficult words memorized because, you know, people can mispronounce it during emergencies.
Okay. Let's play a game. No, like I'm gonna ask you some medical questions, and you're gonna answer them. How do you feel about that?
Bring it on, Professor.
Okay. First question. What is the most common cause of a heart attack?
Heartbreak.
I thought it was like blocked arteries, but I guess that makes sense also. Okay, next question. Which is the biggest organ of the human body?
Is that a trick question?
No. This is a family show. It's the skin. Come on.
I should know all these things. I'm supposed to be saving lives out here.
I know, but you're also making me laugh, so that is also important.
Oh, thank you, Professor. You're so kind. You should be a doctor.
I guess I'm just going to stick to making fun of doctors, and if I need a doctor at some point, I might just call you.
What if you don't need one?
Well, I think our relationship should just stay strictly professional. But anyways, let's do something different. What if we do a lightning round? I'm going to say a word, medical term, and you're going to say the first thing that comes to mind.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Ready? Okay. Epistaxis.
Pass.
No, you can pass.
That's the first thing that came in my mind.
Okay, that's fair. But you can repeat answers, okay? Next question. Stethoscope.
Oh, that's the device used to listen to heartbeats and body noises, and that is also a device worn by doctors to make people know that they're doctors.
That's true. ICU.
Oh, that's what you scream when you find someone in hide and seek.
Appendix.
Oh, that's the part of the book that nobody reads.
Amnesia.
I definitely know that one, but I guess I forgot.
Of course you did. Dermatologist.
Oh, that's the doctor that makes rash decisions.
Transplant.
Isn't that the plan who went through a sex change?
Okay. We need to stop right there. I actually think your answers are pretty solid. Pretty
Yes,
good.
Professor, I'm supposed to be saving lives.
Okay, let's change the topic. I would like to know a little bit more about you, like something more personal. For example, why did you decide to go to med school?
So when I was young, I used to live in a small town, and I lost both of my parents when I was 8. I lost them in a car accident. And to be honest, technically I should be dead by now. I shouldn't even be alive, but I was dead for like 12 minutes. They say that if you die for like more than 10 minutes, your chances of being alive is none to 0. But even if you manage to make it, you will end up with permanent brain damage. And when I was under, I heard this voice of an angel asking me to follow him towards this light. And it was frightening, but at the same time I felt like peace. And you know, to be honest, I thought I was going to heaven. And like I followed him towards the light, and when I got there, I opened my eyes and I saw the same angel standing in front of me. So, you know, he was there in flesh. His name was Dr. Sabar, and I owe my whole life to him. That's how I know that, you know, that's the point where I knew that I wanted to become someone's angel.
Well, Lily, it's been fun. You obviously know your medical terms and your stuff. It's a pleasure to have you in the show.
Oh, thank you. You're so kind, Dr. Arturo. Oh, sorry, Professor Arturo. Oh my God. Yeah, it was wonderful.
I think you're going to be a great inspiration to many other people that want to become doctors.
All I want is to inspire people to study hard and don't take things too seriously, and also have fun in this journey of being a doctor.
That's great advice. And to the viewers out there, if you want to support Lily in her medical career, follow her on Instagram and go to med school with her, like you're posting all the time, right?
Yes. And thank you so much, Arturo. And guys, even if you don't make it as a doctor, you can still save lives. You just need to be kind to each other.
That's a wonderful message, Lily. Once again, thank you very much for being in the show.
Thank you so much, Arturo.
Ladies and gentlemen, my favorite med student, Lily. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a pleasure to introduce to you our next guest. He is a very unique guest. Please give a round of applause to Gilgamesh II.
I go by Gil, actually, though.
What was that?
My name, it's Gil. No worries, though. My DJ name is...
All right, let's get started.
Okay.
We would like to get to know you.
Cool.
You're one of the most interesting guests we've ever had. I understand you're thousands of years old. You're from ancient Summer. For those of you who don't remember your high school years, ancient Summer is basically the most ancient civilization in the world. So tell us, what was like to live in ancient Summer, like a day in the life of ancient summertime?
I thought you brought me on here to talk about my DJ career.
We will get to that. But first, we would like to know a little bit about your past. What was it like?
Okay, there was no DJing, that's for sure. But, I don't know, it was pretty alright, I guess. Pretty chill. Dad was the king, lots of servants. I don't know, kind of boring most of the time.
What was the food like?
Well, agriculture was new, cooking was newer. We really only had beer to drink. That was pretty decent.
Okay, let's move to another topic. Keep it moving. But not your DJ career yet. Tell us about your father, the Gilgamesh.
Well, Pops was, big and famous, important. I didn't see much growing up. He always brought me back cool stuff from his trips, though.
Cool. Don't you think, for example, that it's ironic that he spent his life looking for eternal life, and in the end you achieved it?
I don't know. I don't really know what you're referring to. I left home pretty early. I had to go sow my wild oats. I came up with that saying.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
However, I would like to go back to that topic. Don't you find it ironic that he died trying to achieve eternal life, and now you have eternal life? Alrighty then. Okay, so since you've had a long life, you obviously have a lot of adventures. Tell us an adventure.
All right, now we're talking. What do you want to hear?
How about your first...
My first DJ set?
No.
Oh, no, I'm kidding. I got you. My first, right? So there I was, a young prince out on the town, when I come across this lady.
Keep it PG, eh? It's a family show.
So we get to talking. She tells me she's lonely. Bada bing, bada boom. Long story short, and there's a reason prostitution's one of the oldest professions in the world.
So you're saying that you're the first person to pay for sex?
No, she paid me.
What? She paid you? How much?
Oh, well, she didn't have any money. So she gave me this weird charm that kind of like inserted itself into my chest. Then she started chanting a bunch of gibberish, like a spell almost or something.
Do you think that's what gave you immortality?
Maybe. Never really gave it much thought. Kind of went on a wicked bender after that. I ended up in what I now know is Greece with a bunch of dudes with red mohawks on their helmets.
You ended up in Sparta, like 300 Sparta.
Yeah.
For sure you have a good story from Sparta.
Well, I couldn't really speak their language, but the army liked me, since I couldn't die. But I couldn't fight either, so they never really took me out to war.
Of course. Why would you have a great story from one of the greatest periods in time?
I lit the first Olympic torch.
Well, that's actually pretty cool.
It was a drunken accident, though.
Okay, why don't you tell us a more recent adventure? Maybe something from this millennium that you can remember?
Okay, yeah. So, I was crashing on my buddy's couch. I mean, I still am, right? But I was scrolling through Instagram when I saw this ad for turntables.
No. Less recent.
Okay, okay. So I was chilling in Jerusalem when these Roman soldiers were there like, hey, we got some...
No, something else.
I knew Caligula, the emperor.
That's definitely not going to be appropriate.
Okay. How about something from the 60s, the 1960s?
Sure, give it a try.
All right, so I was hanging out on a ranch with my buddy. Nice guy, but kind of weird. Chucky Manson.
No. Are you kidding me? You can't talk about that.
He just told me I should visit Vietnam. Said it's a beautiful country.
Okay, My producer is telling me that we're running out of time. It's really been a pleasure to have you in the show. I hope you can come again soon.
Musical guest?
We'll talk about it. So,
Okay.
everybody, Gilgamesh Jr.
DJ Longwood Gil on Instagram.
Next up, we have a very good friend of mine. I'm really happy to have her in my show for the first time. And she is a seasoned chef. She has worked in many Michelin star kitchens. And she's about to open a new restaurant in the heart of Hell's Kitchen. Ladies and gentlemen, Gina Roth. Gina, I'm pleased to have you here. It's been a long time coming. Tell me about your new restaurant. What was the name?
Fleur de Sel.
Oh yeah, I remember you always told me that you love French food, but this is actually the first time you're actually doing French cuisine professionally, right? Can you, Gina? Why don't you tell us about your last job at Via Carota? Can you tell us about that?
This has happened before.
What do you mean this has happened before?
This interview, we've had this conversation in this room before.
Well, we haven't rehearsed. Like, this is like the first time you're in this TV studio, so no, this hasn't happened before.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. We've had this conversation. And I died, and
You
I
died?
must be reliving it. This is some sort of afterlife heaven, or... No, this is definitely hell. I'm reliving the night that it happened.
But
No.
Gina,
You're about to ask me about...
well, your sister Sylvia is working with you in the new restaurant, right?
Sylvia.
What's
No,
up
it
with
must have
Sylvia?
been something I said in this interview. That must be it.
What do you mean?
She murdered me.
Murdered you? Come on. Let's be realistic here. What's going on, Gina? Are you feeling okay?
No, the quiche Lorraine on opening night, she handed it to me to taste, and then I saw her cackling in the corner. That must be it.
Okay, I wanted to ask you about your James Beard F Award. Was Sylvia in the ceremony?
Oh, yeah, she was at every ceremony, but she had her independence. She maintained that she didn't need my help. But when I asked her to be my sous, it must have hurt her pride.
Okay, that's enough. Why don't we give her a call? Can we get her on the line, please? Let's get Sylvia.
I know what I'll do. I'll poison her.
Let's not poison anyone. When was the last time you spoke to her? Tell me what you remember.
After this interview, I meet her and the rest of the Fleur de Sel kitchen staff at the restaurant at 9 to finish prepping the beef bourguignon, which has to marinate overnight. That's when I'll do it. And then we go home at about midnight. We come back the next day around 2 to finish the prep work for the rest of the food. We're set to open the restaurant at 5. At 4:45, she gives me the quiche to try. I taste it and say it's her best one yet. Then I finish going about the rest of my business. Then we're counting down to open the doors. There's a line around the block, and just as they're about to open the door, I choke and die.
Okay, you think maybe you're under a lot of stress or pressure from the new restaurant opening?
No, I know what I saw. I just don't know how to get you to believe me.
Listen, let's call Sylvia and ask her. I'm sure there's a reasonable explanation for this. Do we have Sylvia on the line?
Arturo, my love, are you done with the interview yet? I need a favor tomorrow evening. Can you bring your truck around the back alleyway of Fleur de Sel before opening? There's a private
What for?
back entrance near the dumpster out of sight of the public. Well, you don't need to know what for. The important thing is we're soon going to have everything we've ever wanted. but I need your help, Arturo. I can't pull this off without you.
Okay, we can discuss that later. Right now, we are in the interview. We're actually on air.
Oh, I see.
Gina is saying that you murdered her with poison. Did you do that?
It's in the future. She's planning.
Are you planning on doing that?
No. Anyways, never mind about the truck. It won't be needed in any case. I'll talk to you later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gina Roth. Next up, we have the lovely Mary.
Wow, thank you for having me.
They love you, Mary.
And I love you, my darling.
Such a pleasure to have someone from the 1950s in my show. In the flesh, you know? What a journey you've been on.
Yeah, you could imagine my confusion when I suddenly woke up one day in the middle of the streets of Harlem and a greaser in an electric car nearly ran over me. I was so frightened I ran to the nearest diner, and then, in my panic,
You
I
fell
met-
in love. Yeah, you fell in love.
That's right. Richard, he keeps me sane. He's taught me about the joys of the modern world, and we would sing jazz together all night.
All night, huh? I bet your neighbors love you.
More now with the album.
Can we talk about your past, you know, your old chums? Like, do you ever want to travel back and see them?
Chums. It's a good word.
So do you? Do you want to go back?
Look, the life that I had back then was spectacular. But the life that I have now is grand. I mean, I'm bringing jazz back to Harlem. What's not to love?
I get that, but, you know, it's a little bit odd that you don't want to see your family, at least.
Well, what's odd is how I got here, not my feelings on the matter.
Right. Well, you know, there's a discourse of really if you are a time traveler or if this is just a publicity stunt.
What?
I'm just saying these are odd circumstances. How you got here or why you came here, you know?
I'm here to talk about my album, Arturo.
I understand that. It's just wild not to address this. Would you have, like, at least, like, grandchildren? You have grandchildren? Where are they?
Why does it matter? I love where I am now, and I have a man that loves me, and I'm a star in this day and age.
You know, we can table this conversation.
Wait.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So
the amazing-
suddenly we're done now? You don't want to talk about the album anymore?
We have to consider time management, unfortunately.
You
Unless you want to acknowledge that you miss your past.
You don't understand, okay? Did you ever find yourself in a place that you don't even recognize anymore?
So
Have you lost years like me?
You want to get back then?
Look, I miss my friends and family. Is that what you want to hear?
Fine. I get it. I'm just trying to be a journalist here, you know? I'm just kidding around.
Curiosity killed the cat, you know?
We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. Check out Mary's wonderful debut album. She's bringing jazz back to Harlem. Next up, we have the lovely, what's your name?
Kevin?
The lovely Kevin. He's been working in the building for years now.
I've only been working for a couple months.
Guys, what are we doing here? Okay, tell us a bit about what you do.
I'd rather not talk about my work.
What? Okay, you've been working here for 4 months. At the door, how's it been for you?
Fine.
Okay, have you seen anything weird, like you're in the street in New York, there's always some kind of crazy story?
Well, there was this one homeless man. He walked towards the door and was waving at guests inside, so I shut the door on him. He was sulking. I just let him be. He didn't like that.
I'd imagine so.
So he came around the corner with a handful of shit and flung it out the door.
Oh my God, that's insane. What the hell? New York City, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I had to clean that shit up. I didn't like that. That's why when my shift was over, I decided to find the guy who shit on the company's door. Sure enough, I found him in some alley, pissed drunk. So I picked up a piece of glass on the floor, started stabbing him in the stomach, slicing it open so his entrails could come out, pulling it out as he screamed.
I'm waiting for the punchline here.
Punchline.
What do you mean? So you're serious? You murdered a man?
I don't see it that way. I did the world a favor. I just got rid of some degenerate.
Do you hear yourself right now? Like, you killed a man in cold blood.
Why do you care? If it was me dead on the street, you wouldn't bat a fucking eye. People like you don't fucking care. You're no better than me.
We're definitely not the same. Like, you just committed a crime. Like, you need to answer for this. Like, you took a life. What if he had a family?
Well, that doesn't matter now.
Let's cut to
You
commercials,
fuckers.
please.
You bring me out here like some animal to do tricks for you. What happens when the animal doesn't want to do tricks, huh? You know, your scent is filthy just like that bum off the street. You're right. We're not the same. Because I do what needs to be done. And people like you get what they fucking deserve.
Don't let him leave the building.
Vedi che sei un Sagitario, a veces no me sé controlar.